Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The time is 6 o'clock, so we are calling this San Juan Economic Development Corporation meeting to order. First item on the agenda is our Pledge of Allegiance. All rise, please. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
It's always have to be in the left. Next item is our roll call. I'll begin with Ms. Martha.
Martha Patterson, Administrative Assistant.
Lauren Ramirez, Realtor for the EDC.
Benancora,
Neto Guajardo, Board Member. Arturo Guajardo Jr.
Marco Villegas.
Thank you all. Our next item is our public comments. Do we have anybody signed up for public comments? Okay, then we'll move on to item number 5, our Director's Report. Mr. Arjona.
yes, sir. Good morning, Chairman. Good afternoon, Chairman, members of the board, staff. A couple of items that I have on the director's report. We had the partnership, the City of San Juan EDC Commercial Investment Tour. It was a very nice put together. I want to thank Ms. Marie from the RGV Tour. They came over. It was a successful meeting. We must have maybe 30, 40 people here in attendance. We showcased the city, the growth, the developments, and pretty much the future, the past and the future. So it was a hell of an event. It was a great event that we actually showcased here in the library. Thank you for those attending the 4th of July celebration. It was a very well put together event. I want to thank you all for sponsoring the fireworks display. It was a very nice one. We had a very good show, very well attended again. Thank you for the sponsor. One thing is, I was the 30th. That's when we had the substantial completion for the new City Hall, the new City Hall Transit Terminal. So we're asking that everybody please attend. It's going to be once in a lifetime celebration as we celebrate a new opening of a new City Hall. So it'll be on the 30th. It'll be a Wednesday. We're looking at about maybe more or less 5:30 to 6. There will be plenty of food, entertainment with a mariachi, tour of the City Hall. So we ask that you guys can please participate with us and join us. Actually, it'll be the following day. If everything goes well with the weather permits, the substantial completion is on the 30th. We'll do the ribbon cutting, start moving in on the 31st and the 1st. Get ready, yes, sir, and be ready right after the Labor Day.
So I think part of the plan was for the EDC to be rooming there as well, right?
Yes,
So we'll be in there the next day as well.
be there the next day as well. Starting to move in. Right.
We've already notified our landlord.
As a matter of fact, I already spoke to Mr. Bob Trevino. We're good to go, yes. It should be, and that's what we're hoping for.
Mr. Arjona.
Yes, sir.
Mr. President, good afternoon. Thank you, Mr. President. So for this City Hall Transit Terminal ribbon cutting, I was approached by one of the school district employee who works very closely with the food bank. And what they've been doing is coordinating, now that we've been transitioning away from curbside, you know how we went through the COVID curbside feeding and providing food. So what the food bank has been doing is coordinating, giving away the food, but in different events and places. I was wondering, his name is Abraham Lopez. If you could reach out to him, Abraham Lopez, and maybe we could use this event, partner up with him and give away, have food bank show up and give away produce and food to the people attending, if it's a possibility and there's still time.
The time we're actually doing the planning, we're in the planning stages, so if there's something that we need to accommodate, and if it's possible, we'll do so. Anything for the community, we're gonna be feeding the community, why not? We can do that. Sure.
Have a time for this event so far?
Yeah, it's, we're looking at 5:30 to 6, so we're gonna be asking for 5:30 so we can start at 6. But that'll be the time that we're gonna be sending out.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yes, sir. And then the last one that we have is the Rock and Thrift ribbon cutting on August the 16th, 2023 at 10:30 a.m. We talked to the people and they're saying no, they really want to have it at 10:30 in the morning. So bringing it up for discussion, and you also that maybe whether you all want to participate. I know it's early in the morning. A lot of you have to work. We'll do the ribbon cutting, but advise us otherwise. We can do as you all wish. Yes, sir. I don't have the address with me, but it's here in San Juan. No, the other stuff that I have is an executive session. We have some good stuff in executive session.
Okay, very good. Then that concludes your report.
Yes, sir.
Okay, any questions or comments from Mr. Arjona before we move on? If no, then we'll move on. Item is 6.1, discussion and possible action, if any, on downtown revitalization plan.
Yes, this is an item that we always had on the agenda. However, at the next meeting, there's going to be some discussion here. At the next meeting with the EDC, we're going to be meeting with TxDOT, as we talked about. So we'll have plenty to discuss here at the next meeting, at the next EDC meeting, having to do with downtown.
No action is required on that item. Then we'll go to item 6.2, discussion and possible consideration, and possible action, if any, on approving the mini grant for $2,000 for Los Encinos Adult Daycare. This item was tabled at our last meeting. Is there anybody here for Los Encinos Adult Daycare?
Yes, on that, Mr. Chairman, we cannot table it first,
Okay, do I have a motion to untable this item? I've got a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, this item is now off the table. We can discuss it.
Mr. Chairman, on this item, I'm going to ask that we take no action, as the ladies that of Los Encinitos asked us to do that. They were supposed to be here, but I think pretty much everyone is under COVID. So they asked us if we could maybe bring it at the next meeting.
Okay, so we could just left it on the table, or how do you want to do this? Action?
Yes, either table it or no action. I don't know if they're going to be able to come back at the next meeting or not.
No action, and then we'll just take it as is next time, and you'll
But
have
we'll
to
bring
go
it-
and put it
we'll
on the
bring it back
agenda
at the
again
next
whenever
meeting.
they're ready. Do I have a motion for no action? Okay, got a motion, a second for no action. All in favor? Well, that is taking action, so we don't need action. Sorry about that. Okay, so item 6.3, discussion and consideration and possible action, if any, on approving the mini grant for $1,000 for Behind the Fence Tattoo Studio. Do we have anybody from Behind the Fence Tattoo Studio here?
Martha? They didn't show up yet? They haven't showed up?
Nobody from behind the, okay, then we will move on and give them an opportunity to show up, and if they do, we'll bring it back. Is that fair?
President, Mr. Arjona, were they contacted, emailed, or?
Yes, sir, they were contacted. Ms. Martha, they were contacted and they said they were going to show up? Yes.
Response? Okay, thank you, Mr.
Okay. The next item is 6.4, discussion and possible action, if any, on the renewal contract for SMKT Media Group for the fiscal year 2023-2024. Do we have a representative from SMKT here?
No, we don't. This is just the regular standard contract that we had of the last fiscal year or the last previous year. This is for the media marketing, Orlando Hernandez, if I'm not mistaken, that's his name. So it was the same as the other one. As a matter of fact, they're the ones doing a lot of the, on the EDC side, they do a lot of the marketing, a lot of the, when we have those ribbon cuttings, groundbreakings, they're there with us.
Recall last time, 7 months ago, we hired somebody through the city to help us out with that as well, we partnered with them.
Through the city, well, that was the IT.
It was a media person.
Media person. We're talking about the IT or from the city?
That we were gonna share a person or something. And I remember
We're thinking about it as a member, we have this contract, but then we've got another person, or
Yeah,
are we splitting the?
If it's the one for the city, that's the one that does technical support. This would be media cuttings and stuff. SMKT, and the little video as well, the QR codes and pretty much all that.
Was the position, Mr. President, that the EDC is funding or
I
not?
think what he's saying is it's a more of an IT position rather than a media position. Is that what
Yes.
what I heard?
Is that the one that did the little booklet?
This is just a renewal, correct?
Vegas? That's the one that did the booklets?
Yes.
Yeah.
With the businesses? renewal, the same.
Right. So it's like at the, mentioned it like we had IT doing some interviews as well. Also, SMKT was doing interviews as well.
Yeah, they were there. I'm like,
Yeah, you don't have to present, no, that's totally different. Your recommendation, I mean, we're good to take action on this right now.
Yes, we're good to take action. I really don't have a problem with Mr. Orlando on this item, but obviously ultimately it's up to you all. But the guy has done good work for us. Yes. And as a matter of fact, they're working together with IT as well.
what are the wishes of the board? Any more discussion or?
I feel like.
I do see it a lot in our news media and the magazine that he produced. Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff that goes on that we don't see.
Well, that's, remember the little book that we took to Vega? Those are the one for the businesses that we're trying to get more business down here.
When we had the commercial tour that we had last month.
Are they the ones that do the on the spot or something like that for them?
But it's our team doing it, IT. Right. Right. No, they pretty much. Currently, we're working on the, with SMKT more than our IT people on the actual opening of the City Hall. They're going to showcase a video as to the way the City Hall started back in the day, how it progressed into the new one.
I personally think that they produced ever since they've been with us, in any aspect that you call them, whether it be sometimes the city or they need assistance with the city or with the EDC. I mean,
Do they also work for the city?
no, I'm saying whenever he needs assistance.
He has another contract with the city?
It's a minimum.
Like this one?
No,
It's less?
They work hand in hand.
Mr. President, Mr. Ramirez brought up a good question in reference to, I think you said monthly basis?
Right, is there something to present it on our behalf on a monthly basis?
Don't know.
No, as far as presenting to the EDC.
No, but on behalf of the EDC, whether it's a business, like, I know he mentioned about a booklet that was.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It
But
says,
that's not the only thing that he's done that you can remember.
So whenever there's like a ribbon cutting, when openings and stuff like that, he's also there, promoting that business.
He's been at everything since he's been hired.
and I think on that booklet, there were some of the maps of the land that could have been available for other businesses to come in. Those are the ones we were given to those people that wanted to come in.
Your question is more if he comes and presents to us on a monthly basis of what has he been working on?
Oh, do you want him to do that?
No, I'm asking him.
No, well, I wasn't referring to that, I was just referring to making sure that he is providing a service to the EDC on a monthly basis, but yeah, that's a good idea, where he would come in and present so that we know what he's actually doing for us.
Or is he given a list of what to work on a monthly basis?
So we meet every single month. And, so we state, like, for instance, we're working on a new city hall, at Grand Point. We're working on a new street at Sixth Street. We're working, so everybody's working together, including, nice city.
That's a city. That's a city.
Pardon?
Mr. President, I don't know if, Mr. Ramirez, would you like for that for us to include that?
If we're gonna approve the contract, I would say that, yeah, that would be something that I would like to see, so that we
To our
know.
meetings.
Right.
I agree with Mr. Ramirez, checks and balances, and I think that he's supposed to give a report exactly what he's doing and where he's at and where we're headed with the project, whatever project's coming up. And make sure that whatever ideas we have, to give it to him, so making sure that we can get things done.
And I
the
think
most
he-
important is to promote our businesses, not only during the incident, but after the fact, that once they're out there, to keep on, promoting our business, and I don't see that a lot. That's why actually, I was showing Mr. Ramirez here.
I agree with them, and going back on the type of service and product that they produce, it's tremendous. I mean, what they've done for us, they put us on the map as far as that's concerned. I think that they do everything that's asked of them. I do agree with Mr. Ramirez saying that, maybe he can come back and give updates or questions, to show and take it from there. As far as quality of work, I think that they've gone above and beyond. So I agree with him, make sure that he's. Whenever, Coach. It wouldn't matter, that's at your discretion, but as long as there's an update, right?
When he's ready to present it, at least just one time,
Yeah.
right?
I think it will be the second meeting.
Okay, whatever y'all, that's fine.
That's fine.
And the term of
Or
this
as needed.
contract is for 12 months, sort of reading? Yes. 12 months renewal. Have you had an opportunity, Counselor, to review the contract? Not yet? I've got a couple of concerns or comments to make, so we could discuss it in executive session before. Okay.
Correction before he reviews it? I mean,
Based-
I'm sorry I made the assumption that you had already reviewed it. I'm glad you asked, Mr. President. I thought being in the packet, you had already reviewed. So moving forward, let's just clear this up. Any contract that's in the packet, you have or have not reviewed? Or what process do we have in place? Not just automatically because we receive it in the packet.
No, but since this was a renewal, I believe, that's why.
Well, it's good to clear that up.
In all
Mr. President.
fairness, it's not signed yet. If we award it before it gets approved, it's gonna have to have his blessing. This is, I think, a good practice.
But we were close to already taking action without him reviewing,
We
and that
take it
worries
based,
me.
with contingency based on.
Right, we
the-
could take action based on his review of the contract.
Okay,
A contingency, right? We can say, take action pending approval from legal.
okay. Well, I'd like to make a motion for approval to move forward with a contingency based on legal's recommendation.
I got a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Mr. President, just some discussion moving forward, not necessarily on this item, but any contracts that we do receive, could we please have our council review?
I agree with that. Before
Prior.
to put it on this, make sure that all contracts are approved, and prior to putting them on the agenda, and if it's not approved, let's just wait for the following meeting.
Next item is 6.5. Discussion, consideration, possible action, if any, on sponsoring promotional PSJ Bear Football Summer Camp on July 24th to 25th and 27th.
Then we got a phone call from the coach, withdrawing the application.
I'm sorry?
On this item, the PSA Bear Football Summer Camp, they withdrew it.
Oh, they withdrew it. Okay, so no action needed. Okay. Next item is 6.7, discussion, consideration, possible action, if any, on One Region, One Voice RGV Partnership 2023 RGV Economic Summit in August at Bert Ogden Arena. Ogden is misspelled.
For the record, number 6 was skipped. You went to 7.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I already read it. We'll come back to 6. What do you think on that Bert Ogden Arena?
So this is pretty much an item that, like what we did here at the library, but it's going to be more of a regionalized type of setting. They don't have the date yet, but they're working on that as they're getting their sponsors.
You're asking for action on what? On approving that the actual meeting take place, or?
Actually, this is a sponsor. And the lady was supposed to be
Oh, it's for a sponsorship.
Yeah, she was supposed to make it, she tried to make it, he was here last week, but this time, I don't know, I just
Well, it would have been good if it said on sponsoring One Region like the other ones. They all say
EDC.
sponsoring.
Or had a date.
So then, no action required right now? We'll do it next time?
Take a no action, Concagua. It's going to be
No action on
until-
this time.
It's going to be
Consider it
until
at our
August.
next meeting.
It does have a date now? Okay, so there we go. No, they said they didn't have a
There's no
yet.
date and it doesn't say
Determined for August.
sponsoring.
This is date to be determined for August. That's all it says.
Okay, my bad, I'm gonna go back to 6.6. Discussion, consideration, and possible action, if any, on sponsoring PSJ FFA Booster Club and annual PSJ 18-hole rodeo golf tournament on July the 29th, 2023 at Tierra Santa Golf Club. Tierra del Sol, my bad. Tierra del Sol Golf Club.
¿Ya se pasó?
Yeah.
Another one.
It's for this weekend.
That
Oh,
just
it
passed.
passed.
That just passed July 29th. Yeah, today is August the 1st. Oh, we have somebody here on behalf of that item? Please come forward. Sure, come to the microphone.
I believe they came last week.
Yeah,
right?
our
So-
meeting was postponed.
Yes.
We didn't have a quorum, so we had to cancel the
Okay,
meeting.
hi, I'm Christina. I'm one of the board members with the Booster Club. So your sponsorship, so we did have a very successful tournament. We had about 20 teams, more or less. We raised some good money. But your sponsorship aids the exhibitors. We have an exhibitor here. He raises hogs. It aids the exhibitors in their shows. So we're very busy. It's very expensive. So our Booster Club provides meals for the kiddos. So also when they go out on traveling on trips and so forth, we provide any traveling expenses. Maybe if an animal, right, gets sick, ill, we, and the families cannot pay for it, or maybe the FFA school does not provide the aid for the animal, the Booster Club comes in and helps with all those sorts of things. So we're like the largest, the Bears is the largest, I believe, FFA group. So, yeah, out of the 3 schools. Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah,
I
out
was
of
saying the
PSD.
valley, I'm like, wow.
Well, you know what, in the valley too, we dominate.
Bears is the biggest.
Yeah, if you ever go to the
That's pretty
to the
good.
livestock show, we dominate a lot, yeah.
Well,
As
congratulations
Bears, yeah.
on that.
So your sponsorship would really go a long way in aiding the kiddos.
And what are the levels of sponsorships on there? Do we have other packets? Always have a hard time finding these things on this thing. Let me see if I can find it here.
Next page.
Well, first and foremost, we got to look at the balance, right? We've got $2,500 left for, in that line item for all the sponsorships that we've been doing to date. This one is PSG 18 hole rodeo golf tournament. This is the flyer. Monday?
We would typically do for our advertising.
What are the wishes of the board? Or do you have any more questions for our sponsor that's here? Obviously, the event already took place. Got a motion and a second to do an $800 sponsorship. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Appreciate it.
And
Thank you so much.
continued success to your program.
Next year, we will have a quorum.
Earlier.
I apologize about that, ma'am.
Our next item is 6.8, discussion, consideration, and possible action, if any, on sponsoring promotional the San Juan PAL 2023 National Night Out event on Thursday, August the 24th at 6 p.m. at the San Juan Municipal Park baseball fields.
Good afternoon, everybody. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Ruben Guajardo, and I'm the director of the San Juan Police Athletic League. First of all, I want to again thank you for allowing me to be here today and to speak to you. Basically, I'm here to invite you all to our 2023 National Night Out / Back to School event. And this is in coordination with the San Juan Police Athletic League and our San Juan Police Department. As you guys may have in your packet, the information as to our event is in there. I'm not sure in what particular order, but we do have the sponsor letter that was signed by me, and it was sent out to various businesses and nonprofits throughout the valley. We also have some sponsorship tiers where we went out and solicited businesses for assistance in helping us fund this event. A little history of this event. First of all, the month of August is nationally known, or is nationally set as the National Night Out event. Now, what is National Night Out? It's a law enforcement community event throughout the United States. So they designate the entire month of August as a National Night Out month. So you're going to be seeing throughout the valley, starts today, August 1st, and again, it's through the entire month of August. So you're going to be having, or looking at different cities have this type of this community outreach event. We scheduled our event after speaking with our city manager, Mr. Juan, and coordinating with the new city hall that's coming up. So we kind of coordinated our city staff with the preparing of the moving in and stuff we got to do. So we figured the latter part of August would work best for us. Now, this is my third event, being in collaboration with the police department. And we did implement it a couple of years back with this back to school event. As you may or may not know, the PSG ISD will return to school. I want to say it's the 28th of August. So we caught it right on time. Now, again, working with the partnership with police department, we are going to give out approximately 800 to 1,000 backpacks, including school supplies to our community, to our kids, to our students of PSG and San Juan. This event will take place at 6 p.m. at the Municipal Park. Last year was a tremendous event. It was the first time having it at our baseball fields, and it was a success. So we got some positive responses last year, and we do have a lot of people coming back from nonprofits to businesses that are come out and promote either their nonprofit organizations or their businesses, what they do, what they offer to the community. So it is going to be bigger and better this year. We will have entertainment. We will have DJs. We're going to have some rides for the kids, water slides. We are preparing a movie in the park, hopefully weather permitting, due with the heat and last year was very windy. But it was a great event, and I'm just here to see if you guys are being willing to not only help and sponsor, but you're always more than welcome to attend and be a part of us. I'd like to thank you all for always contributing to not only our police athletic league, but you always contribute to the city events. And we appreciate every little thing you do. But an event like this, it is very well attended. It is for the students or the children of our community. And I think we all know there is a price tag involved. So we go out and we are getting tremendous feedback from sponsors. As you're looking at the different tiers, we actually implemented a platinum level. Last year, we just had the gold level and lower. So we're happy to say we have 1 or 2 commitments on the platinum level as well. So, again, it's a partnership between the San Juan Police Department and the San Juan Police Athletic League. And I'm here to answer any questions if you guys have any.
How do you all pay for this event, Ruben? Do you guys have it budgeted in your PAL and then the?
Actually, our Police Athletic League doesn't have a set budget. Now, we rely on donations. Now,
100% donations.
100%. The City of San Juan, we're blessed that the City of San Juan last year was the first year that they donated to our program. Okay, and it really helped us get through this year. Now, the year before that, we relied on going out and soliciting donations. Being that we are a 501c3 and we sit and discuss with the business on what we do and how we deal hand in hand with San Juan Police Department and the youth of our community, really, they don't really hesitate to give back. We've incorporated several throughout the years, different types of events throughout the entire year it's really worked out. So we're hoping to establish more coming events this year. Every year I could add 1 or 2. This National Night Out is one of our biggest and very popular. And we also have the Shop with a Cop event that we do in the December, Christmas time. That's very popular as well. So, we are looking at a fundraiser to be set in October, again, to kind of solicit funds and help that get over that hump throughout the rest of the year. So that's really what we do.
Mr. President, I have a question. Go ahead. Mr. Ricardo,
Yes, sir.
how much did we help with last year?
We did 1,000 last year.
Last year, yes, it was a gold sponsor, yes, sir. And that was the highest tier.
That was 1,000?
Yeah, it was $1,000, yes, sir, yes, sir. And,
Okay, I definitely want to do the same thing, because I do greatly appreciate what you do, all the work you and your staff does. It's extremely difficult to go out. It's a great cause, but it still takes a lot of time from your department, your staff, and also the PD does a great job. So I love the partnership. I'm so glad you guys are continuing with this, and I'll make the motion for 1,000. Bless you.
Thank you.
We have a motion and a second to do $1,000 sponsorship for this event. All in favor signify by saying aye. All opposed, same sign.
I also text the.
Motion
you
carries.
and Mr. Lopez phone number, Abraham Lopez. He's the contact for Food Bank to see maybe
yes.
they can also partner up with you all for
Sure.
this event.
yes, we, believe me, feel free to spread the word. Any nonprofits are welcome. Any county affiliated offices, the nonprofits, to come promote. And definitely a food bank is somebody that we'd love on our list. We have a lot of or several businesses that they're donating some funds to come in and promote their own business. So it's gonna be a tremendous event. So looking forward to it.
Thank you for what you do, Ruben.
Thank you.
I think we did unanimously support the $1,000 sponsorship for your event.
Thank you, guys. No, and again, I don't want to take too much time, but again, this couldn't be done without EDC, number one, the board, but including our city commission. We work hand in hand together and we just help each other out. But yeah, this could not be done without the help of you guys as well. So appreciate your time. Thank you.
Item is 6.9, discussion and consideration, possible action, if any, on sponsoring the 13th Annual Catholic Charities of the RGV Gala to be held on Thursday, September 7th, 2023. Do we have anybody here from the RGV Gala?
Martha? This is the, from the Basilica. This is the first time that actually sees us.
Can you get some more information on it, maybe?
Yeah, it's in your packet.
September 7th, so there's still time if you guys want to consider when somebody comes over.
Correct. But there's no divider or nothing.
Yeah, let's wait on this one.
Okay. So no action at this time?
No action.
Okay, no action at this time. Next item is 6.10, discussion, consideration, and possible action, if any, on purchasing a 2023 PSJ football program spot. Okay?
This is coming from the school district, because this is their yearly program that they put out every single year. It was actually meant for the city, not the EDC, but I included it in the EDC, thinking it was for the EDC. But it's there, you want to do a full page, half a page, this is, we can put y'all's picture on it. The EDC supports the PSJ Bears, but this is the one that goes into the program.
Well, us ever doing this, right? This is the first time?
We do it through the city.
The city does it.
Right.
Whatever you guys think. Are you gonna consider it at the city again?
It's city, the city we do.
I was gonna ask, this is not a sponsorship, it's more of an advertisement.
Yeah, never buying an
So it doesn't
advertising
go into
spot.
the,
Oh, that's a
sponsorship,
good
right?
point.
So this is-
This would be under
it
advertising.
would be under advertisement.
Magazine, this is a program.
Right, but he brings up a good point, that
Commissioner.
it wouldn't come
Yeah.
out of our sponsorship
Right.
line item, it would come out of advertising.
I would like,
That's
this is
true.
my vision is, I would like for EDC to stand out on a full page and make sure that we make it real vibrant. Of course, the way it works, I think they just extended the submission fee for the, well, actually, the submission for this, I think, till August 11th, if I'm not mistaken.
The full page is 400, so I think we
Yeah.
can do that.
And kind of make it a little bit vibrant, because we have to submit the actual picture, so we need somebody to create it that I've read so far, and because my wife used to be involved in that. So it's a 300 resolution, so I have an idea. I don't know.
That's okay.
That's your motion, I second it.
But then again,
Commissioner.
we're not involved, but we like to,
But the full page is 400, so I think we can do that.
I
I'd like to make a motion for the full page. I mean,
a second.
We've got a motion and a second, and just for clarification, this will come out of our advertising line item, not out of our sponsorship, right? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
We said it's $100 so far. This is not that we don't have money, it's the budget year. So in October,
We're scrounging. We got $1,700 left in that line item.
Second the motion?
It was Mr. Villegas and Mr. Sanchez.
Okay, thank you.
Our next item is 611. Discussion, consideration, and possible action, if any, on a budget adjustment on the mini grants and sponsorship from the promotional expenses for the fiscal year 2022-2023. Budget adjustment, meaning you want to do an amendment or what?
Yes, so that we can actually, if you all consider to put some more monies in there, either we put an additional couple of thousand, a few thousand before the end of the year, unless you want to keep it as is. But keep in mind that we're not going to have any more additional funds.
We're at $1,700 after today. Well, no,
$700.
no, we're at 700. We're at $700 now.
Mr. President, if I'm looking at this correctly, the two mini grants pending, one withdrew and the second one did not show up. So that,
we're still stated balance 3,000?
Well, I take it back. We're at 700 in the promotional
Promotional.
line
yep.
item, not on the mini
I'm sorry.
grants. Do we have the separate
On the sponsorship, 700.
spreadsheet for that?
700
Those
on
are different
on the
accounts.
on the
On the
sponsorship.
sponsorships, right.
On the promotion.
This is not, this item is on mini grant.
Right.
Money.
So on the mini grants, we have 2,000.
What do we have left? 2,000 is what we have today in the mini grants, okay. And we've already tabled, or we're gonna reconsider some of these down the road, so that'll already put us in the hold. I guess that's why he's,
We got actually 60 days left, right, for the fiscal year? We got this month and next month?
All of August and September, right?
move money
Or we do it-
before the fact or after the fact.
Right,
We
right.
can do it either way.
If we
Right.
move money just so we can have some cushion in this for the next 60 days. Of course, we got four more meetings, correct, from here to the next fiscal year? 3 more?
And we wouldn't have to use it either.
Yeah, we don't have to use it, but it'd be better to
Well,
have
just
it
to
already
have it there.
allocated so we can have it. Are we healthy in
Maybe
that? Do we do that?
5,000? What do you think?
Okay.
It's 5,000?
So, Mr. President, currently we have two, so you're recommending 3,000, so we can have a total of 5,000 in the mini grant?
Have a current balance of 2,000.
Correct.
I'm suggesting we add 5,000 to it just to give us some breathing room. So it'll become
Total
7 in there.
Okay.
But we don't have to spend it.
No,
Okay,
no, no,
okay, we
I'm-
don't have
I'm-
to spend it, but just so
Yeah.
we don't have to be doing amendments.
I like that. Make the motion to add the 5,000, total
Second.
7.
Second.
Okay. We've got a motion for 5,000 and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. So it's clear, right? We're gonna move
Well,
5,000.
Mr. President, if I
Promotional-
may,
Promotional,
it-
sponsorship, right?
yeah, if I'm looking at that item, it's mini grant and sponsorship.
Have $700 left
Sponsorship, sure.
on the sponsorship.
Yeah.
We have
$700
$700 left.
According to the, if you go back to item number,
No, we just awarded 1,800
Deducting,
today.
as we're deducting.
That was a mistake. If you look at the binder, it's
The binder
it
is
should be
correct.
2,500.
Totals.
I have it right here, 2,500.
Oh, typo.
It's 2,500 right here, sir.
They didn't give you the correct one.
Binder.
We messed up. We just want to make sure you're on your toes, sir.
If you look up on top,
Yeah.
Mr. Contreras, the two numbers should have been in parentheses. There should have been deductions, the two $2,500.
And I see 2,500.
Yeah, that one is, it should be on the binders.
So what are we gonna do on that one? So we already moved 5, how are we doing?
So you move 5 for the mini grants,
That-
or
that
you
should
want
be
to
okay
use
to
the
cover.
5 for half and half?
We've got plenty, so
Okay.
you can do 3, 5, as you wish.
But a separate action,
Separate, well, it'll be, yeah, you can do a separate action, but it's gonna
because
be two
it's
different
both, you
accounts.
put them both in the
Right.
same.
That's what I'm saying, we can do those two into one account.
What do you guys want to do on the sponsorship?
Are we okay leaving it as is, or do we need to, is what we're saying?
You can leave it as is, at the end of the day, we're gonna do the,
At the end of the day, it's gotta come back regardless,
I'd
right?
like to make a motion for 3,300 so we can make it even for
Okay.
4,000, I'm sorry.
Second.
So Okay, I've got a motion to add, to do an adjustment of 3,300 into the sponsorship line item. And we got a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carried unanimously.
Right, like that, accuse it even, and
So that'll leave us with 4 in here. Right, and 7 in the other. Okay. Our next item is item 7, executive session. The San Juan Economic Development Corporation will convene an executive session in accordance with Texas Open Meetings Act, Vernon Statutes and Codes Annotated, Government Code Chapter 551.071, consultation with attorney, and Texas Government Code 551.087, deliberation regarding economic development negotiations. The time is 6:41. Do I have a motion to go into executive session?
So moved. Second.
And a second. I have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. We are now going into executive session at 6:41. Motion carries. Thank you. Board members out of executive session, do we have any, as discussed in executive session, I think we agreed that we are to take no action on projects A, B, C, D, E, F, H, and J. Am I correct? No action on all those items? And then we have two of them that are going to be presenting to us. It'll be Project G and Project H. Project G is labeled Project GWs. Mr. Watts, if you'd like to come up and do a presentation to us, you're welcome to do that at this time. I know that you were expecting to be in our executive session. Our legal counsel advised us that it would be a better thing to do it in open because of whatever was going to be discussed, and then trying to keep it secret. He just suggested that we do it in open.
Okay.
Right. So I hope that's okay with you.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
Mr. Watts, just real quick, can we have
What do you need?
the sheet, or we're gonna go back, if he's gonna discuss it with us? She picked him up from us.
oh, yeah, I got you.
This? Yes, sir. Okay.
I give them all back. Oh. Este necesitamos ahorita. Yeah, or GWs.
I have it.
Get one of those for me?
I gave one of those.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay, so, well, I think a lot of you are familiar with what we're trying to do at the restaurant now. We're trying to add an addition to it, and we're trying to add, I don't want to call it a beer garden, it's more like a family entertainment area. We are going to be serving alcohol, but we don't want to think of it that way. We want to think of it more as family entertainment, a place to go in the evenings for the city of San Juan, for the community. Right now, I've already, assuming that it's going to move forward, and if I can get some assistance from you all, I've already done, I've spoken to South Texas Outdoor Kitchens. They're going to be collaborating with us, and they're going to be donating like a swing set. They're going to have some of the games that you can go out there and play, like Jenga, Cornhole, Connect Four. So we're going to have different areas that are going to be like geared towards the kids, and then we're going to have areas that are going to be geared, for adults. So it's kind of a mix of, you can go out there after hours at 5 o'clock when you get out of work, go out there and you can eat, have a drink, and you can also take your kids if you want to, because there'll be an area for them. Right now, I already started, I've cleared the land. I've already put up a cedar fence all the way around,
And I've come to an agreement with the owner of the property, which is Mr. Ed Cantu. And we have a three-year lease agreement for that piece of land right there, with the potential to extend it 2 additional years. But we got some other ideas that we may be moving forward with in the future. I don't know how it's going to work out, but he's planning to demolish that home that he has there currently that he's renting, and his plan is to turn it into like a parking lot. So those 2 years are pending, depending on what happens with that. So right now we're moving forward with it. I've already put about $15,000 into that project, and we actually have some more things this week. They're going to start coming to start doing the landscaping in that area right there. So our initial plan is to be open Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays from 6 to maybe 11, maybe midnight, just dependent upon how business is and things like that. We are going to be serving food. The restaurant will be closed, but we are planning on having the kitchen open, which will provide the entertainment area with food. So a lot of it will just be foods that are like finger foods, stuff that you can eat with one hand and you can drink or do whatever it is you're going to be doing. So it'll be a simple menu, but it's going to be, of course, good food probably. So what else? But I mean, there's a lot of people excited about it. Yeah, we are planning on having an entertainment area. We're going to have an entertainment deck. They're starting building of that entertainment deck this week as well. That deck is going to be so that we can bring in local bands, local musicians, so that they can come out and play sometimes at different times, maybe Friday nights or Saturday nights. Our plan is to have, music, live music, and offer different types of entertainment. We're also going to have an entertainment patio. That patio is supposed to be a 25 by 25 with a covered metal roof, and we're going to have fans in there, speakers, we're going to have TVs, so we'll have a real nice outdoor area. Part of the plans that I want to do is that this area will not only be used for that, but we can use it for other events, like you can rent it out for parties, weddings, or any, events like that. And then in return, we're also offering it to the city of San Juan as free of use, that if you guys have events there, you're welcome to use it at any time. We're also, I've spoken to the chief of police, if he has events, he'll be able to go out there as well and use that area free of charge. It's going to have a full kitchen, it's going to have restroom facilities, and of course, all the entertainment areas as well. So it'll be a real nice area. I think the city of San Juan needs it. Right now, like just based on the studies that I've done and the research that I've done, a lot of people leave San Juan and they go to McAllen. Right now they go to Alamo, to the Landmark, or they go to Westlaco to the food truck park, but there's not a lot of things to do here in the evening. So I think that this project lends to, something that the city needs. Any questions?
In reference to that point about San Juan not having a food truck park or landmark, there's currently 2 being in construction. I think there's one off of EDC 3.
Correct.
And Idle, and Norca, Willowoya, and Subaru.
Correct. From my understanding that it is trending, and as a matter of fact, we're going to have our food truck at the one here on Business 83. We have our Smash food truck. That one's going to be parked at that location.
Well, I like this concept because it's got its own menu. It's not a food truck park.
It's not a food truck park,
It differentiates
exactly.
than the other ones. It's kind of like Landmark. They have their own.
So
they
I
make
don't
their
think
juice.
that will clash, you know, because some people have asked me that. They said, why are you gonna put your food truck over here and you're gonna be doing something over there? The food truck park, from my understanding, is gonna be open, I think, almost every day. I think they're only planning on closing on Mondays. And the environment is totally different, because over here, you're coming to a food truck park, you're just coming to eat. You'll be able to go to our place, you're gonna listen to music, you can watch TV, you can sit there, have a drink, and you can also eat. And like I said, we're only gonna be open initially Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
And I was gonna get to that real quick. Is it proper to ask this question this time? If this board entertains that and stuff like that, was there a possibility of keeping it open long, maybe more days?
Absolutely.
You know, a question maybe that may come up. That,
Yeah,
you know,
ab-
if we're gonna
absolutely.
make a financial incentive for it to be open 2 days, well, that might not, you know. but
We
it's
are open
more.
to that. It was just our initial kind of
Initially, okay.
feeling it out, see how business is, see what the demand is, what people are asking for. But we are open to that. We are open to, you know, we talked about Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So, I mean, we're definitely open to being open longer hours and more days. And I've taken the liberty to speak to the neighbors in the area. And almost, there's nobody there that's against the idea. Everybody loves the idea. They like the idea that something's finally being done with that area, as opposed to the grass being out of control. You know, there's about 3 or 4 times I found snakes underneath our pits because they come from all over there. So now it's kind of clean, and so it beautifies the city, you know, and I think it's a win for everybody, for the city of San Juan, for us, for the community, because, you know, of course, the city benefits because of the additional tax revenue that the city's going to make. We benefit because we're open, we can make more money, and the community has a place to go.
Mr. President, if I may? Sure. And legal, stop me if I'm not allowed to ask this question, but how much is it that you're requesting of the EDC?
Am I allowed to say that now, or?
You can either discuss it in open or later share it with Ben, whatever you want.
I know Mr. Arjona knows that what I've asked for, so, I mean, if I'm allowed to
Did
say
see
it.
the letter that you brought to, or that you wrote to Mr. Cantu, and you're saying that you expected to spend 30 to 40,000 on improvements.
Correct.
That's your total expense going into the project. And you're gonna be renting the land from him, right?
I'm leasing the land.
So the improvements that are gonna be made are gonna belong to Mr. Cantu.
So what I'm doing there is, the agreement right now is that, of course, the fence, I put it up, it's got to stay. Can't take it with me. The entertainment deck, I mean, it could be taken off. Would it? I probably wouldn't, you know, take it with me. It's just going to be like a wooden deck if I leave.
Right.
But the idea is that I'm not planning on leaving. So when I came to you guys 2 years ago, and for the restaurant, you know, again, there was questions about what we were doing and what we were putting in there, but my plan is not to leave. My plan is to stay. My plan is to stay as long as the city will have us, as long as we're making money, and, you know, and the idea is to grow and make it better.
Mr. President, with that said, before I lose my train of thought, any intention, do you foresee yourself having a place of your own?
Or purchase it?
We've thought of purchasing it already, and I've actually spoken to the landlord. However, right now, I think that, I don't think that she's,
Years left on your agreement with them, right?
huh?
You got a couple more years on the agreement with them, right?
I have a 5-year lease agreement with them. Yeah, so I still got 3 more years to go. And that's why we did the property lease for 3 years as well, so that it coincides with it. But we also have where we can stay and extend it. You know, yes, the idea has come that I want to purchase the land, but I just don't feel that the landlords right now are we're just not on the same page. It's what she values it at and what I value it at. And it's not even what I value or she values. It should be as what property comparables tell us. But she's going based off of, well, I think they're going to be doing this here and they're doing this here, so property values are going up, you know, so I think she wants like $3 million for the property. No, the restaurant itself, yeah. Because we've offered to purchase the property already, and we've even done you know, I had somebody come do an appraisal of the property, and, you know, she's like almost $2 million off what they were saying. But
He doesn't have to answer, but my question is, can I ask, don't answer it, let us know. Can I ask, like, as far as the lease, like, is the lease solely for him, or after the third year, 3 years, right? 3 years?
I have 3 years remaining on the
For the
lease.
back? For the back part?
On the land, I have 3 years, yes.
3 years. And of those 3 years, the landlord decides, you know what, I don't want you guys anymore, or is it, can I ask that? This thing, in 3 years, for whatever this board decides, or whatever in your request, or whatever, can't tell you an amount, right? Obviously now, but after the 3 year, can they actually kick you out? Or actually, 3 years is for you?
3 years is for me, and
right?
that's,
So after the third year, if you decide, the
if I
contract
decide I
continues,
want to leave, I can leave, or,
But on the third year, once you're done with your third year, can they actually tell you, you know what, I don't need you anymore, I need you guys to vacate my property?
no, right now, the agreement we have is for 5, but that last 2 years is, I guess what we're waiting for is, in other words, he's thinking on year 4, he might raise the rent to me based on what we do with the front part of the property. But we do have in the agreement that if he doesn't do anything with that home, then we will continue the additional 2 years at the same rate. And I also locked in that he can't change my rent.
So you've already done that, you've done.
Yeah,
that
we
with
went
the
through
landlords.
we went through an attorney already.
Our part of it will have nothing to do with any landlords or anything like that.
You have nothing to do, it's straight up between me and him. I guess the only question or, you know, the concern that somebody brought up right now was that if I was to leave, or I say I don't want to do this anymore, naturally I told them, I can't take the fence with me and I can't take the cement, you know, but most of the other things are detachable, you know, the swings, the games, the landscaping, because I mean, the landscaping would stay, you know.
So back to Mr. Ramirez's question, do you have an idea of what you're requesting assistance with?
I do. And I mean, if you want,
Would
if
you
I
want to
could say
disclose it with us here, or do you want to go share it with Mr. Arjona and then later he can bring it to us? It's up to you. Whatever you want.
well,
Whatever you
whatever,
feel more comfortable with.
I'm fine, with whatever. I mean, as long as the process is not delayed, because I know we've been here already like 3 times and then there wasn't a quorum, so I don't want to delay the process anymore. The sooner the better. So, so am I free to say, or?
Sure.
Okay, so I had asked for 30,000, and my only, like, the only thing that I brought to Mr. Arjona was that I was looking to see if I could get 20,000 of it up front, as opposed to the first time when I came to you all, I was given, I believe it was 30, if I'm not mistaken. And that was broken down. The first
15,
time
10, and 5.
It was, yeah, broken down into 10, 5, 5, and 5, I believe.
15, 10, and
Or
5 is what we were
15.
told.
Track on that one.
Yeah, or it was something like that. It was either 10,
That's been successful on track so far, right?
yeah, that's been on track, it's been successful. So in this particular project, I was asking to see if I could get 20 of that up front, and then the rest broken down however you all saw fit. And I only say that because, like I said, I've already got almost 15,000 into this. I'm planning on spending probably another 10 this week. And so that would put me slightly over my original, what I thought we were going to spend. but we made a couple of changes as far as like what we were wanting to do. So it's gonna cost us a little bit more, but, not by much, but, you know, a little bit more. I'm probably maybe 5 to 10,000 over the original budget.
I don't remember, but you shared with us projected revenues or sales the first time you came around with your restaurant. I'm assuming you hit the numbers because it looks to be successful.
I surpassed the numbers. I think I projected that we would do 1.2 million, I believe, and I think I just was being conservative, and, but the first year we hit 2 million. Gross, that was gross.
And the second year?
The second year, we were at 2.8.
So it was a successful investment on our part, right? Absolutely, for the city of San Juan.
It's been successful so far, and I'll share with you, even though I'm not supposed to. But I'm not supposed to say anything, but I think that we, you know, whatever, I guess. Texas Monthly called us last week, and they had an interview with us for about an hour or so. And they're, August the 16th, a new magazine comes out just naming the top 25 best barbecue places in Texas, and we're on that list. He wouldn't tell us what place we were. All we were told was that we were going to be pleasantly surprised. And Daniel Juan, who's the editor of Texas Monthly, said that you guys are putting San Juan on the map. That was his words to us. So, of course, my staff already knows that, and they're excited about it, and we're all anxious to see where we stand there. But the magazine comes out August 16th, so.
It's noticeable. I mean, I'm sure everybody on this board has noticed it.
Congratulations on that.
There's no doubt, but it's not the only tech out for several, I think some New York Times, other ones, and this is.
And we've been featured on CNN Travel.
Right.
We've been on Texas Monthly twice already. Last year in 2022, we were #1 top best bites of 2022 as well. So like we're doing a lot of good things. We have a lot of good ideas, a lot of things coming up. We're going to try to elevate everything that we're doing, you know, taking it to another notch. And I think that
The same outlook, the same, you know, procedure, the same enthusiasm put into this, the same things that went into the restaurant.
the same thing we're doing into the restaurant, we're going to put it into this beer garden, if you will, or entertainment area. It's kind of the hours that we put in are crazy hours. You know, I like today I've already been working probably about 24 hours, but we're going to put the same effort that we put into the restaurant goes into that because it carries our name, and plus, you know, the goal for us is to it's not just about us, it's about everybody here. And it's about the city of San Juan. It's about the community and trying to, you know, give everybody a place to go to, you know, like my son lives here now. He moved from McAllen to over here. You know, my grandkids live here. So we have a lot of family, you know, so it's about everybody. It's about everything.
I'll ask you one other question, George. I remember
Go
you
ahead.
shared with me that you had gotten your beer wine license.
We've
but
applied
you
for
never
it.
started. Oh, you haven't gotten it yet.
We already got the email that we've been approved.
Okay.
So we should be getting our license probably in the next.
And the reason I asked that
Next
just
couple of
is
weeks.
because of sales. I mean, that would also drive up sales. the
That's going to
numbers.
drive up sales. We
Numbers are
put,
without, you're right, these numbers are without the alcohol.
yeah, that's without the alcohol.
So it's because you haven't gotten it.
We are projecting and hoping to open the first week in October to launch Oktoberfest. And Glacier Distributing already came to visit us and already has somebody that's going to be with us to market and promote the whole event. You know, we already got the lineup of the beers that we're going to be selling.
One other question along that line. Would that same license be applicable to this new venture right next to you, or you have to reapply for?
No, that is for that venture right there, but it covers both. Yes,
Okay.
it covers both. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we have an idea of what you're asking us. We've got this in front of us, the numbers that you presented, the letter you wrote to Mr. Cantu. At the end of this, I think the idea is to go back into executive session perhaps and discuss this for the sake of expediency. And then
Does
Short
anybody
one.
else have any questions?
You guys
Mr.
have any more
Ramirez, any more?
questions?
I think that the concern that I have is that you mentioned, of course, in your letter, the projected amount of investing 30 to 40,000, correct? And then you've already invested 15,000 out of those 30 and 40.
Mm-hmm.
1,000, and you're also gonna invest an additional 10 this week, which will total up to 25,000.
I'm gonna be right around, just under 25,000.
You're requesting the 30,000, is that to reimburse yourself for the expenses you've already made?
No, that's to continue to do improvements on it, and, because what has happened was initially, I had a vision that was very simple, and it was just something basic. But as we've started to go, ideas, they just come. As I'm doing something, the ideas come, and well, we should do this, we should do that, like adding a restroom, adding a full kitchen, so that if I'm gonna, say we rent the facility for a venue, you know, something happens, a wedding, a party, they have running water, they have a kitchen, things of that nature. Again, part of this also, what we're gonna do is let the city use it free of use. Anytime they have any event, they're welcome to have that facility, but I gotta have a kitchen, I gotta have water, things of that nature. So I might have maybe, you know, maybe undershot the original price, and just also based on, like, I got quotes now. Some of those quotes were higher than what I anticipated them being. So that's the difference that we're seeing in the numbers.
Yeah. Another question in reference to these restrooms, as you're coming up with these, the project needs as you proceed, right? The restrooms are going to be built on Catu's property or Costa's?
No, they're gonna be built on, right behind us, right behind the restaurant. Where the pit room is at, that's where we're building the restrooms.
Catu's property. This is the city, not mine, but does that require subdivision?
It will be Catu's property, because you're gonna build it where you have the barbecue place.
Yeah,
right
it's
now.
where the barbecue
pit,
pits
where
are
the
at.
pit is.
Yeah,
You're gonna
yeah.
remove the pit there, he's gonna put it on the corner on the other side.
Yeah, because we're kind of redoing that area there, so we're putting them there. And the reason for that is because it's closest to the sewer line, it's closest to the plumbing that exists. Yes, right now.
I guess, I'm gonna go back to the question of Mr. Ramirez. So what you already invested, just to clarify, because, there's a total investment of 40,000, right? And I know you already invested about 25.
But right now I'm at about 15.
About 15.
Right now I'm
okay,
about
let's go
15.
So-
And again,
So
'cause-
basically, the amount that you're requesting is for the rest of this, like everything that's on there?
correct.
Because pretty much you don't have nothing.
Right now, we
You
don't
only have
we don't have any
the
of that
shell.
structure yet.
Got you.
Uh,
So actually, those fundings you're requesting is for these items that we have on this picture.
We're gonna buy picnic tables, we're gonna buy Edison light bulbs, we're gonna wrap the
Can I ask you
trees,
real quick? I know this is.
landscaping.
The flooring, is it gonna be a different type of flooring?
We're gonna be doing that, the crushed gravel.
Yeah, a little
That you see, that
red
brown one that
crushed
you see
gravel.
like in the
Yeah.
drive-thrus at McDonald's. We're gonna be doing that because it absorbs very quickly and it dries and it doesn't wash away. And we're also gonna have areas that have like turf grass. So we're gonna kind of have it, if you will, like subdivided in the land, like edging, landscape edging, and we might have grass in one area, gravel in another. And we're gonna have several picnic tables. We've already umbrellaed all the oak trees that are there. And in that area, we're planning on doing like all the landscape edging around it, putting turf in there, and then putting a bunch of picnic tables in that area. And another thing, just so you ought to keep in mind, that I'm trying to do as much as I can with it that would be detachable or not permanent to the property, so that I don't leave much behind. And whatever stays behind is pretty much the money that I've spent already that's gonna stay there.
Okay, any other questions? Nope. Thank you very much for taking the time to be here with us today. we will get back with you, Mr. Arjona. I'll reach out to you rather than make you wait here, because we don't know
Okay.
how long we'll be here, okay?
All right, thank you.
You have a good night.
Thank you.
Go GW. Let's go.
Can there be,
The next,
Mr. Watts, can you add, Mr. Watts, can you please add dino ribs to that menu, the outside menu, maybe?
our next presenter for today is Project Roof J. Who's that? Do they know they're called that?
Project, no, it's Project Doors, Mr.
Oh, Project
Flores.
Project Doors.
Yes,
Who is it?
Mr. Flores.
Mr. Flores.
Mr. Flores. Pásele, Mr. Flores.
Buenas, gracias ahí por el tiempo que darme la oportunidad de presentar mi situación aquí, ¿no? Mi nombre es Francisco Flores, un gusto. Señor Arjona me ha atendido en estos últimos días. Le agradezco la atención, la verdad, siempre una llamada, siempre está ahí dispuesto a atendernos. Muchas gracias. La verdad es difícil encontrar personas que realmente te den el servicio. Fuera de ahí, bueno, básicamente mi empresa inicié hace un poquito arriba de 9 años, ¿no? Empezamos con lo que es lo comercial en las puertas, todo lo que ven aquí de puertas, todo eso lo manejo yo. Todo lo que hacemos es comercial industrial, todo lo que es Texas, Luisiana, todo alrededor aquí del estado de Texas. Hemos salido fuera de otros estados, pero nos mantenemos lo más cerca posible de nuestra ciudad, ¿no? Por años hemos crecido, gracias a Dios ha sido una bendición, ha sido algo que no esperábamos, pero nuestro negocio se ha expandido de una manera bastante sustancial. Por tiempo he estado buscando un lugar, no he encontrado. En FAR hubo varios lugares, en Edimburgo también, pero realmente cuando ya vi el lugar donde ahora compré, realmente estoy emocionado con el lugar. Está en la orilla del Expressway, expuesto a todos los que pasan por ahí día y noche. Y básicamente ahorita porque están haciendo la remodelación, pero fuera de ahí, ya una vez que se termine lo que es la carretera, voy a tener una exposición bastante fuerte. Somos un negocio que realmente, aparte de haber crecido en las puertas, de tanto fue la confianza del cliente que me abrió sus puertas para hacer otras cosas, y en eso entré a la construcción. Todo lo que ven, paredes, cielos, pintura, también lo hacemos. Esa es la compañía de AXM Subcontractors. Mi compañía, le llamamos hermana, es STX Door Specialties, ¿no? Trabajamos mano a mano, es lo mismo, trabajamos en la construcción. Pero básicamente a las puertas me han abierto las puertas para cualquier otro negocio, porque todo lugar que va a abrir necesita una puerta, necesita un marco, necesita una chapa, necesita un door closer. Entonces, básicamente es mi entrada a muchos proyectos. Hago proyectos desde pequeños hasta hoteles, clínicas. Ahorita estoy haciendo la renovación en el hospital de Edimburgo. El que se acaba de terminar, se va a hacer otra expansión. Me lo acaban de hacer a Ward, como le llaman aquí. Estamos haciendo una agencia para la Mercedes-Benz en Harlingen. Y tenemos muchos otros proyectos que en realidad, gracias a Dios, estamos bien ocupados. Y creemos realmente que el lugar donde escogimos vamos a poder expandernos aún más. Cuando yo vine a este lugar, hablamos a la ciudad y hicimos varias preguntas antes de yo comprar la propiedad. No iba a hacer ninguna renovación, solamente iba a darle un poquito una pintada, arreglar las cosas que tenía que arreglar. Pero desafortunadamente pues me surgieron realmente ya a la hora de los permisos y cosas por el estilo, pues requerimientos, ¿no? El Fire Marshal necesita esto, necesita lo otro. Entonces, fuera de mi presupuesto que originalmente yo tenía, pues se me salió a control. Hasta ahorita tengo proyectado invertir 1.8 millones en esa propiedad, en la cual ya la compré. Ahora estoy invirtiendo en la renovación de ella y todavía tengo que traer el inventario para poder sostener el producto que vendo. Soy una empresa que no nada más hago un servicio, sino también vendo mi producto. Entonces, ¿para qué quiero una bodega tan grande si no tengo el producto? Entonces, aquí lo que estoy buscando es poder tener la bodega empleada y pues poder darle el mantenimiento y poder darle el servicio al público en general, desde el más pequeño, el mediano, al grande, no importa el tamaño de trabajo. Pero para eso la ciudad me está requiriendo muchos requisitos, los cuales me hice la atención poder sacar varios presupuestos y estoy buscando el apoyo de la ciudad. Yo creo grandemente que vine a la ciudad, como en otras ciudades, a hacer un equipo con ustedes. Soy una empresa que factura, que genera ingresos, y eso para la ciudad es buena. Pero no nada más es eso lo que yo busco. Busco realmente ayudar a la comunidad. Donde he estado y donde estoy, ayudo a muchas organizaciones. Dono a muchas organizaciones. Y es lo mismo que quiero hacer en la ciudad. Hoy, desde que empezó el evento, 2 personas, la señora que estaba aquí y la persona que estaba allá, me interesó mucho porque no deja de ser que están aplicando lo que están haciendo para la comunidad y los muchachos, los jóvenes. Y eso es lo que buscamos, que donde donemos o donde llevemos nuestro dinero, sea organizaciones que vale la pena. Y si lo puedo hacer con la ciudad y la ciudad me puede también ser parte de ello, pues ¿por qué no? Digo, ya estamos aquí y ya le hemos hecho en nuestra casa. Creo que mi inversión no nada más es para seguir haciendo dinero para mis bolsillos, es para poder ayudar a crear empleos, a crear ingresos para todos los que estamos alrededor. Entonces, pero necesito de parte de ustedes, como cualquier otro negocio, necesitamos de la ciudad que nos apoye, que nos dé el servicio para poder nosotros seguir haciendo lo que hacemos, ¿no? Hice un poco no sé si pueden ver una hoja, es un business plan que le queremos llamar. Ustedes pueden ver ahí un poco de lo que somos, de lo que hacemos, de lo que se está proyectando, varios de los proyectos que tenemos en progreso, UTRGV Golf Club, Practice Facility, Crunch Fitness en Corpus, Freedom Bank, aquí en Álamo, estoy haciendo el finish out del 3er piso, y bueno, no tengo todos ahí porque realmente pues no me caben, ¿verdad? Tengo clientes que ahorita uno de ellos va a hacer un hotel aquí con ustedes, Barry Patel, también es uno de mis clientes, Vic Kazan, tengo muchos clientes de negocios bastante grandes y buscamos realmente, creo que no es mucho lo que realmente estamos buscando, lo que estamos tratando aquí ahorita es que desafortunadamente de nuestro presupuesto no lo estábamos considerando y se nos salió de control, ¿verdad? Y estamos buscando el apoyo de la ciudad, ¿verdad? No sé si tengan ahí con ustedes, tenemos los presupuestos de lo que el Fire Marshal me está requiriendo y pues la ciudad básicamente en lo que es el estado del parking lot que le llama el inspector, ¿no? Y también parece ser que mandamos, pero si no lo tengo yo, un anuncio, si no me equivoco, ¿verdad, señora Juana?
Sí.
En este gran negocio que quiere abrir usted aquí, más o menos como qué tantas personas irá a ocupar o qué tantos trabajadores trabajan en una...
Ahorita empleo 15 personas. Mi proyección realmente entrando a este lugar, a estas nuevas en estas oficinas, automáticamente ya requerimos alrededor de 6 personas más. Estamos queriendo emplear hasta 15 personas más.
¿Pero 15 en San Juan o los otros locales?
No, tengo 15 personas bajo mi payroll. Eso es donde
Total.
Ahorita sí.
Pero dijiste que estabas en otros lugares, ¿verdad? ¿Tienes tu empresa en otras ciudades aquí en el Valle?
Lo que hago es, bueno, bajo mi payroll tengo 15 personas, empleo alrededor de 40 personas adicionales, las subcontrato. No son personas que trabajan directo para mí. Ahora, en este nuevo lugar voy a emplear nuevas personas. Necesito gente de recepción, necesito project managers, necesito gente de bodega.
¿Cuántas personas piensas?
Proyección son 15 personas.
15 para San Juan.
Así es.
Y también dijiste que la ciudad te está pidiendo requisitos que no esperabas. Aparte de lo del Fire Marshal, ¿qué más te está pidiendo San Juan que te está costando?
Área de estacionamiento, prácticamente eso es lo más grande, sí, exactamente, sí.
Yes, sir.
Señor Flores, en este lugar que ustedes acaban de comprar, yo he visto muchos negocios que entran y salen, y ya tenía pensado por el tiempo que mucho tenía que ver por las mejoras que se deben hacer en esta propiedad.
No, no sabía. Primero, ¿dónde empiezo? Cuando el realtor que me solicitó, que me estaba comprando la propiedad, hizo la pregunta a la ciudad tijerina, ¿qué necesitamos hacer para obtener permiso para poder operar? Mientras no se hagan renovaciones mayores, no es ningún problema. No se ha hecho ninguna renovación mayor. Para mí una renovación es algo estructural, tumbar el lugar. No hemos hecho más que cambiar luces de las que había, LEDs, cambiar los sinks, cambiar los toilets, cambiar los pisos. Es una renovación. No quiero decir que el señor Tijerena tiene la culpa. Creo que aquí todos tenemos culpa. No estoy aquí para culpar a nadie. Pero sí no tenía ni siquiera el dato de que me iban a pedir todo lo que me pidieron. Si me hubieran dicho, ¿sabes qué? Este departamento de aquí de dirección de planning, yo te digo que esto no es problema, pero necesitas ir a Fire Marshal y decirles qué necesitas. Pero nunca se me dijo. Entonces, si me hubieran dicho, pues hubiéramos hecho nuestro trabajo para poder nosotros saber en qué nos metíamos, como lo menciona. Ahora, no voy a invertir $1,5 millones y luego, déjame ver qué dicen. Pues no, ¿verdad? Digo, hago mi trabajo. Pero lamentablemente hay cosas que suceden, somos humanos, pero aquí vuelvo a repetir, digo, yo no vengo aquí a apuntar a alguien o a decirle es él por culpa de él, fue un malentendido, fue una mala comunicación donde tenía que irme a otro departamento para poder yo obtener más información. Lo que hayas tenido que haberse dicho, ¿verdad? Aquí yo creo que el término es esto. Yo estoy generando dinero todos los días y no lo está generando Juan, lo está generando FAR. Yo lo que quiero es cambiarme a mi casa en la cual ya acabo de comprar y quiero generar en esta área. Entonces yo estoy buscando el hecho de si yo compro una casa quiero vivir en ella. No la voy a rentar. No, ya es más, yo creo que hasta lo que le hice a lo mejor ya la vendo y le saco unos $300,000-400,000 a la propiedad.
Por eso te preguntaba si tenías otro lugar.
Rento otro lugar.
Está rentando. Y
Sí.
lo compraste. Perfecto, ahora sí ya.
La idea era, por años, alrededor de 4, buscar el lugar, pero FAR me dio hasta un incentivo y que buscara un lugar pero no encontré, Edimburgo fue lo mismo, me involucraron mucho con el mayor, y el mayor tuvo mucho en construcción y tuvimos muchas pláticas, pero al fin del día no encontré el lugar. Ese lugar tenía tiempo ahí. Y es más, mi presupuesto era $1 millón. Cuando me dicen el presupuesto que era $500,000 más, yo me hubiera volteado en ese momento y me hubiera ido. Pero cuando me dijo el presupuesto del realtor, no sé, yo soy un creyente. En mi espíritu yo dije, aquí es, y este es. Daba todo hecho garras el lugar, pero yo sabía que ese es el lugar. Ahora, todo cuesta, ¿verdad? Y pues aquí estoy, me duele el asunto porque pues me está costando. Pero el tema es que lo hecho está y tenemos que seguir adelante. Y creo yo, como platicaba con Arjona, todas mis ventas, yo normalmente, casi muchas empresas tienen vendedores y salen a vender. Y donde vendes, ahí tienes que mandar pagar tus impuestos. Yo no hago eso. Yo le digo a mi cliente que me mande todo por correo electrónico y todas mis ventas se cierran en el lugar donde yo estoy.
Entonces, ahorita es en FAR. ¿Y cuánto fue en sales tax el año pasado?
$5 millones.
5 millones.
Y ahorita ya voy para $7 millones y todavía no acabamos el
San
año.
Juan, immediately.
Sí. Y creo yo grandemente, las puertas, si ustedes se fijan en el business plan y se van a el Market Future Projections que le llaman, la construcción en realidad es un plus para mí. Yo estoy realmente queriendo entrar all in a las puertas, porque el mercado de las puertas es de $180 billones. El mercado de las puertas. Porque no vendo puertas de casa, no lo minimizo las casas. Tienen mucho auge, se hacen mucho, pero lo comercial estás hablando de otro nivel. Y ahora, la ventaja que yo tengo es que yo recibo leads de muchas plataformas, de muchos otros lugares, que mi intención es poder, ni siquiera tengo el producto en el lugar y lo estoy vendiendo y se va desde donde lo venden los fabricantes, se va directo. Pero la venta se hace en mi casa. Entonces, eso creo yo que puedo estar aventando en toda la nación ventas. Entonces, para eso necesito gente, necesito un equipo de personas atrás haciendo bits, haciendo por todos lados. Porque un hotelito te sale $200,000-300,000. Ahorita estoy proyectado en Bronzeville hacer el Candlewood Suites con un Holiday Inn, cuesta $20 millones, ya está cotizado, Big Kazan es el dueño, no sé si me lo va a dar, pero si no, tengo las puertas, pero yo le coticé el proyecto entero, son $21 millones los que salió. No, soy constructor también. También construyo.
Acaba usted de comentar sobre los hoteles en Bronzeville. Es para construir todo el hotel, no más.
Y vender. Vender los productos de las puertas, marcos, todo lo que se lleva en los baños, más aparte hago una construcción que es ya en la ciudad de Bronzeville, ¿verdad? Pero el producto lo vendo de mi. Sí.
Okay, so the question is, ahorita, ¿estás aquí hoy con nosotros para pedirnos qué?
Prácticamente un incentivo para lo que me está pidiendo la ciudad y el Fire Marshal. Eso es lo que necesito, porque mi presupuesto ahorita que realmente yo tenía para ese lugar, pues ya no. Tengo que traer productos, tengo órdenes en espera por traer, pero no puedo porque no puedo llenar, no puedo traer a mi bodega.
Con todos los que nos has dicho, gracias por venir, primeramente. Esta mesa directiva va a considerar lo que nos estás pidiendo y vamos a ver en qué te podemos ayudar. Economic Development Corporation hay en todas las ciudades. San Juan es más chico que FAR, Edinburgh, McAllen, ¿verdad? Pero, pero le podemos echar ganas y tratar de figurar en qué manera te podemos ayudar juntos con la ciudad. A lo mejor con esos requisitos que te están pidiendo, a lo mejor te podemos quitarnos para darte más.
Yo lo que quiero es que me permitan abrir las puertas.
Okay.
Yo no sé qué es lo que tengamos que realmente hacer. Yo no sé si haya la necesidad de todo lo que el Fire Marshal, pero muy importante, si otros realmente no estaban cumpliendo con los code enforcement o con lo que se requiere, porque era necesario, porque es importante, por la seguridad de las personas dentro del lugar, no sé. Yo lo único que quiero es que lo que sea justo que se haga, pero que me ayuden a abrir las puertas, porque yo no estoy perdiendo, yo sigo generando. Creo yo que aquí el que está perdiendo ahorita es la casa. ¿Por qué? Porque no está generando la casa.
¿Cierto?
¿Verdad?
¿Cierto?
Entonces, creo yo que aquí es donde busco yo que agilicemos esto, y no tanto porque les esté pidiendo ahorita, denme el incentivo para yo hacerlo, pero a lo mejor con el tiempo lo hacemos poco a poco, no sé, no sé.
Ready to go ahead.
Gracias. Sí. No, gracias a ustedes. Les agradezco la atención de nuevo. Espero que nos consideren, que realmente queremos ser parte de la solución, no queremos ser parte de problemas. Creo que aquí lo que hacemos nosotros es buscar soluciones para seguir creciendo en la comunidad. Y si yo puedo traer eso para un poco de parte a lo bueno, pues qué bueno, ¿no? Y poder seguir adelante. Eso es todo lo que estamos buscando.
Perfecto.
One last question.
Go ahead.
I know he's referring to the parking lot and the.
Fire marshal, any type of record, we can go over that with Mr. Arjona, I
Do
think.
we have invoices to get an estimate of what that's gonna cost, or we haven't really provided any of that? And if not, then.
Oh, it's that one.
Are they all there?
I don't have
I
that.
saw the,
And then,
Oh, I get it. I thought it was another, I
I
thought
saw
somebody else.
the signage, but I didn't see the.
and then on the back side of the.
It's all there.
The back part of this one.
I got it, yeah.
He divided them in three instead of putting them all together. Different proposals. Okay.
Este es el del pipeline y este es el del
Oh, okay. So these are quotes that he got.
companies.
These are quotes from the companies that he got.
Can we make sure? Can we make sure that? 'Cause
Oh, tienen malentendido cuando está refiriendo a casa, que es el local este que acabas de comprar, no tu casa, ¿verdad?
Pues es que, mira, sinceramente es mi casa porque voy 5 horas a la casa, estoy acá 18 horas.
Es que usted ya se hizo sanjuanedense.
No, es que la verdad de los casos es que para mí lo que hago es algo que me apasiona pero yo creo que como todos ustedes pasamos más tiempo en el trabajo que a casa. Entonces yo le llamo casa porque pues para mí San Juan ya se ha vuelto mi casa.
Bienvenido a San Juan.
Gracias.
Vamos
gracias.
a considerar su presupuesto y a ver en qué le podemos ayudar. ¿Ok?
Excelente.
Le damos las gracias por estar aquí con nosotros.
Gracias.
Hoy
Gracias
noche.
por la atención y su tiempo.
Ok, que pase
Con permiso. Buenas noches.
Gracias.
Gracias.
Adiós.
Gracias.
Yeah, well, whatever, we've got 2 items to consider. Do you want to go back into executive or you want to consider it here? Yeah, it's still being recorded. Well,
Everybody's gone now?
Might as well just go back there.
well, the question is, do you want to go back into executive session or do you want to discuss it in open session? That's the question right now.
Open section, just close the door. Or open.
No, you don't close the door if it's open session.
Open section.
Do you want to do open session or do you want to discuss it?
Well, I think some of those determine with
Because
numbers.
the discussion will be public.
Yes, I'd rather go to executive for the
Okay.
numbers wise.
Then we can call for executive session again. We want to just stay here, is what you're saying, and close the doors?
Close the door.
Or go in the back. It's up to you.
What do you guys prefer?
It's just us, but just-
Stay here, but go
no
into
session.
executive session. Well, let me announce that. We are going to executive session again at 8:55 pursuant to, let me see the chapter here again. All right, guys, we're back from the meeting. The time is 9:31. We are reconvening the San Juan Economic Development Corporation meeting. Board members, do we have any action to be taken out of executive session?
Allow the executive director and the attorney to put together,
To proceed as,
proceed as discussed in executive session.
okay, we have a motion and a second to direct Mr. Arjona, our legal counsel, to proceed as directed in executive session. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. We are now adjourned.